Hi, this is Roger Duckworth with Lesson 3 of Duck's Extended Body Fly Tying Techniques. Today we're going to take the body we made in Lesson 2 and attach it to a hook. Now, take a look at the nicely dried body. Solid, hollow, float like a cork. Also, if you hold it up to the light, this is translucent, very much like the original. So all your light-colored nymphs or adults, you can make the bodies translucent like the original. Now we'll go ahead and get on with lashing it to the hook. Today we're going to tie the body we made, which was a size 16 or so body. I want you to notice that I use a light wire scud hook, and I'm going to use a number 18 scud hook. The reason being, since there'll be no dubbing on the actual hook that helps close the gap, you can go down one size hook with this technique, resulting in equal hookups and a much lighter fly. You begin by adding a little base layer of thread to your hook, much like you would do with any. I don't cover the whole hook, probably back about halfway, and I stop there so that I can tie in my hackle. For hackle, use hackle to mimic the color and the length of the legs of the insect. Right here you can see I'm using a grizzly. Also for demonstration purposes, probably a size larger than I would actually use on the fly, but this will enable you to see it better. At this point I'll go ahead, do just a traditional lash it on the hooks, lash it well, leave it down there, and at this point, to make a more durable fly, I'll go ahead and add one little drop of cement to it, and that will help you make a more indestructible fly, if there is such a thing as an indestructible fly. The next step is to lash the body that we made in step 2 on. Place the body on the hook so that you've got the right length out the back, and I make just a couple fairly loose wraps around the body and then come up under it a few times, and you'll see why we do this later as we go on. But that's sort of loosely lashed on the body at this time, and that's all we need to do with that at this time. There's a long-running debate on the necessity and the purpose of wings. I generally like them, but don't go too wild on trying to make them. I like to be able to show a little shadow of the wing on the water. So what I'll do is I'll take a strip of Antron, about half the diameter of the wing I want to end up with. I'll just lay it over to that point where we tied that body in, come up around there a couple of times, and then I'll pull that up. Now you can go around here a bunch of times, and this is kind of difficult to do with a camera between you and the vise, so it's not going to look too pretty, but I usually tilt it toward me and go around there. But I'll go around one more time, and then I'll go ahead and show you a little technique that I use to help get that to stand up straight. And that technique is, I'll take a little bit of Loon UV product, not a whole bit, just a little bit on there, get that up there. I'll hit that baby with the blue light, and you've pretty well got a wing up there that'll stand up pretty straight, and I think will do the job for you. I cut it a little high at first. I can trim it down later, but then there's the basic fly with the wing. Now the next step is the innovative step in this process. As you know, most parachute tying methods put the hackle around the wing above the body. Obviously, you know, not many flies have their legs that support them on the water above the body of the fly. They have it below the body of the fly. So by positioning the hackle like you have, all you need to do now is take between the hook and the body of the fly 2 to 3 turns. Now, depending on your quality of hackle and the size of the fly, 2 might do it. That's looking pretty good there. I'll go 1 more. 3, a big fly, it might take 4. Then you take several more turns around with your thread. That's bound down securely. And then you take any of your half-hitch tools, and I'm just trying to find one here that's handy. And I go ahead and I put about 5 half hitches on this. I'll stop there, but you can half hitch it, whip finish it, whatever you want. Kind of do a little trimming on some of those renegades. Come over here and I'll trim that off really closely. Now I'll go ahead and size the wing to the fly, and then I'll kind of trim the head off here, up here. Okay. Now at this time, once again, I'll take a little bit of fly tying cement, and what I'll do with that is I will kind of put that on the bottom of the body. That'll hold those ties in. You're pretty good on top. Kind of get some of this errant stuff away. And then right there you can see you got the legs or the hackle below the body of the fly. The wings in the correct position. You got a perfect fly with a little fly dope, either silicone, and I personally like the Frog's Fanny material. You'll have a fly that looks like the natural, floats like the natural, is very durable, and will catch many fish. And that's what I call this Duck's Natural Style parachute technique. Try it, it's easy, and you'll like it. In lesson 4, I'm going to show you how to do the caddis body and tie a caddis using this technique. And then from that on, I'll tell you several variations in this technique for tying larger flies, nymphs, articulated flies, and we'll finish up with some nice tube flies made using variations of this technique. So this is Roger Duckworth, and this ends lesson number 3.